the exact MLA format. The MLA formats we want to look at are the way that we are citing information, and that's just quickly what I'm scanning through right now to see what points I can make on that, and then moving forward from there. Okay. So parenting is hard. Parents have to make sure their children are protected and healthy. Children have dreams. Can parents go too far in supporting their child's dreams? Parents cannot go too far in supporting their child's dreams because children need someone to support them and help build their confidence to grow to become great people. Okay, so I know this is your thesis statement. 1, it's located where I need it to be located at, right? Perfect, excellent. Let me ask you something, Nat. Do you feel like someone is drawn in to read this right away?
I am. I was drawn. No,
okay.
I was drawn in.
I think you have the right principles there and the right building blocks. But when you talk about parenting is hard, would this be a good instance where you could use a personal situation where you can see the way that parents have to parent you, right? Or that you've seen, could you use a personal story there? If I tell you guys a personal story, do you tend to get drawn into my instruction more?
Yes.
Yes. Do the same thing in writing. And I know because I know Mr. DeSalm, he does the same thing within his teaching, is that personal connection draws people in. It's okay to use a personal story here to bring people in. If you don't want to use a personal story, maybe you can use this as an instance to introduce Abby Sunderland or the Finding Everest Romero family, okay? Maybe you can talk about, and I can't remember the Division I athlete's name in the...
it was like Lexi something.
It was Lexi, the one that injured her knee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe you can tell her story if you don't want to use your own personal story. But I think you have the right building blocks. I think if you just expand those ideas out, it'll make more sense. Okay. Now, I know your thesis statement, again, you stated very clearly. Parents cannot go too far in supporting their child's dreams because kids need someone to support them. Jordan Romero, the teenage mountain climber, climbed the highest peak in every continent between the ages of 10 to 15. His father and stepmother climbed with him. They called themselves Team Jordan. Okay, and so now this is your citation, right? Okay, so let me show you, and I told you briefly how this should look, but I'm going to fix it to where you guys can see it. First off, it's called a parenthetical citation because you have to use parentheses. Okay, you do not need the full name. All you need is the last name. So you just need Medina, okay? You just need Medina. And then instead of having page 13, I know this upset some of you yesterday that it doesn't look quite right to you, but all you need is the number 13 because in the MLA format, we know that means page 13. Okay? Then you end it with a parenthetical citation. No period after. Okay? So let me show you what it'll look like completed, and I'll fix one more for you.
A little bigger.
Yeah, I can zoom in for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is that big enough?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now you have your parenthetical citation there. Okay, I accepted those corrections. I didn't get rid of all of Robert. There you go. Boom. Now that's what a parenthetical citation looks like. Where'd it go? Okay, it's all the way up on this next line. Everyone see it here? It's just the last name of the author and the page that you found it on. Now it says, Paul Romero, Jordan's father, is an experienced mountaineer. Paul explained the dangers to his son. Jordan was determined. We have always taught him to just think big and we'll try and make it happen, Paul Romero said. Okay, so a couple things. When Paul Romero said it, comma, and then a period after said, because that's just our basic rules to punctuation with quotations. Now, again, citation, and I'll leave this as an example for you, Natalie. Okay, and I won't fix another one. It'll be Medina 14. No period, but parentheses. Okay, no period outside of the parenthetical citation. That way it stands out. Matthew, hopefully you're able to do this as well, because right now I think you might be slightly distracted. Paul began training Jordan. Jordan and his parents went on to climb Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, Mount Elbrus in Russia, Mount, I hate this one, Aconcagua in South America, Mount McKinley in North America, Mount Karzan's Pyramid in Indonesia, Mount Everest in Asia, and Vincent Massif in Antarctica. Jordan created Find Your Everest to encourage young people to be active and healthy. He's also encouraging everyone to pursue their own dreams. Jordan's parents taught Jordan to follow his dreams. Now Jordan is supporting other people all over the world with their dreams. I feel good about what my parents have taught me about setting goals, Jordan says. Okay, so again, just some punctuation corrections. Remember, you end quotations with a comma, and then the end of the sentence is a period. Now, Natalie, you have Jordan says. That is perfectly fine to have Jordan says or Romero said instead of says Jordan. Okay? It does kind of carry a little bit better as well. I'm going to leave this for you to fix so I can check to see if you're doing it correctly. As far as her first claim is concerned, and we made notes of what her introduction needed, does her first claim prove and make sense that the parents supported Jordan to become confident and believe in himself? Did she make that claim and prove it? Is it clear, concise, sufficient, relevant? Does it have everything we want in an argument? How many of you would feel intimidated reading that argument and being able to argue against it?
Yeah, I'm kind of scared.
I would, because it's concise, it's accurate, it's supported by facts, it's very good. Okay? So while your introduction needs a little bit of help, your first claim is great. Okay? Now, second claim, and that's when you get into probably the second part of your help build their confidence to grow and become great people. All right? That's what I'm assuming. Parents cannot go too far in supporting their child's dreams because kids need to build up their confidence and work hard to reach their dreams. Oh, so you actually flipped them. Oh, that's really good. I don't mind that at all. Abby Sunderland was a teenage girl who wanted to follow in the footsteps of her older brother and sail by herself around the world. During her voyage, she came across large, rough waves, which turned over her boat. Abby managed to send out a signal for help and was found floating with the remains of Wild Eyes, her sailboat. Now, it is a title, so we want, it's just like the name of a boat is just like a name of a person. You want to capitalize them, okay? Her sailboat. Abby's parents were fully supportive with Abby's dream to sail around the world. I never questioned my decision in letting her go. In this day and age, we get overprotective with our children, Abby's father said. Okay. Abby's father, Lawrence Sunderland said, period, and then I'll let you fix the citation, okay? Parents need to help their children follow their dreams so they can grow, learn, and grow. Okay, which is your counterclaim, right? Okay, so what I would say is that, let me ask you, which one of your paragraphs is stronger? The first one, right? You see how it carries the reader? How many of you were interested to see what Natalie was going to write next in that first paragraph? How many of you are just dazed off and need to move around? Okay. I do think the first one carried you a little bit more. If I were you, Abby Sunderland's one good example. Go find at least one more example of another child that grew to be or felt confident in what they were doing. Does that make sense? And we have other stories. Or maybe support it with brain research. Since you have a story here, support it with brain research of what the parent's role is. Does that make sense? And then now you have another clear example. And if you support it with brain research, it's actually going to support the two, both paragraphs. Okay. Now you're into your counterclaim, which it looks like it's a little bit tougher to start, isn't it? Okay. So the counterclaim. First off, one of the things that you've been able to dodge is this. After the paragraphs above, you may have started to develop your own opinions about the topic. Watch what I'm going to do to strengthen. This is going to pain you. We don't need that at all. Some of you may agree, and I would just go some to get rid of you. Some may agree that parents cannot go too far in supporting their children's dreams. but others may disagree and say that parents can go too far in supporting their children's dream. I would end right there to get their attention, because right now I know you're changing directions. Because the thing you're going to start working on today, and I'm going to give you until Monday to get your 2 claims finished in your counterclaim. Gracie, the thing you're going to work on today is your counterclaim, right? You have the right start in that you just stated the opposite side, okay? You want to now give their strongest argument against you. What is it they would say against your side? Okay, that it can affect their mental health, okay? It can affect their mental health. And then all of your evidence wants to point to what? Yeah, why they are wrong and why you are right. That's what the counterclaim is doing. It's really that simple. State their side, state their strongest argument, and start tearing it apart. This is where you get to attack the other side. Tater, you can't call them Nana Poo-Poo faces. Mr. DeSalle.
I think that last sentence is also redundant. Some may agree that parents cannot go too far in supporting their children's dreams, but others may disagree.
Let's
say
just,
that parents
yep.
can go too far in supporting their children's
So you're saying right here?
I'd say it could read better if it's just said, and it'd be more precise. Some may agree that parents cannot go too far in supporting their children's dreams, but others may disagree, period.
I agree
Just
with Mr.
because you're
DeSalle.
restating the exact same thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, but others may disagree, boom, and then you go into your counter warrants. Or claims.
Absolutely agree. Very good.
Good job, Mr.
I agree.
I used to edit papers for a law office when I was in college, so yeah.
I know he doesn't look smart, but
I don't.
I get it too. That's why people get us confused all the time.
Thank you.
All right. Does it make sense of what you're working on with the counterclaim?